Here's this. So this is another thing, we've talked about outside money coming into the games industry and people trying to become like big corporations trying to get a foothold in it. The last big foothold, of course, is oil money and the Saudi Arabian government. And shocker, guess who wants to get into gaming? Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Buckle up, buckaroo. Here we go. So Saudi Arabia has announced that they are looking to invest $37 billion into the conglomerate, the Savvy Gaming Group. And specifically, it's $37.8 billion. And it's as part of a controversial effort to expand the kingdom's role in the sector. Seriously, the Saudi Arabian government has so much money. It's unbelievable. It's ridiculous. Like, there's very good reason to believe that the Saudi Arabian, like some of the royal families and stuff, over there, and some of the oligarchs are like actual trillionaires. But because they hide everything so well, you wouldn't know. But like, unless you go there and you see how they live. But the sheer amount of money that they deal with because of their oil is unbelievable. It's just, it's out of this world how much money they have. So Savvy is primed to buy up a lot of gaming companies and even start some of their own. That's worrisome. $37.8 billion is certainly enough to swoop in and buy a company like Ubisoft. Even with something like a hostile takeover, they could just swoop in and take it. That's enough money where they could buy their own. How much is EA? Alexa, what's EA's market cap?
As of 1:16 p.m. Eastern, Electronic Arts market capitalization is $32.5 billion US. By the way,
Alexa, stop. Okay, so they're in the 30s. So they like this is enough money to own EA. That's crazy. That's crazy. Savvy has earmarked more than $13 billion for the acquisition and development of leading game publisher to become a strategic development partner. Another $18 billion is pegged for minority investments. Savvy's efforts are expected to establish 250 game companies and create 39,000 jobs. The investments are announced by Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Savvy emerged on the scene in January when it announced the purchase of esports organization ESL and Faceit for $1.5 billion. In March, Savvy CEO Brian Ward said that the group had the largest startup capital ever provided by the Saudi government's public investment fund. Savvy's ambitions are local and global, with plans to build esports organizations in the Middle East and studios making games for a worldwide audience. In June, Savvy announced a $1 billion investment into Swedish gaming conglomerate, the Embracer Group. They got a big foothold in Embracer Group already. That's in addition to several multi-billion-dollar investments from the Saudi government into EA, Take-Two, Activision, Nintendo, and more. They already have a foothold in some of the biggest companies in all of gaming. And they technically haven't even started yet. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Many critics eye the move skeptically, seeing them as an attempt to clean up for the kingdom's record on human rights, including suppression of its citizens and its support for the war in Yemen. The Crown Prince, who has been implicated in the brutal assassination of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, chairs Savvy's board. This guy. This is the guy who's on the board, who definitely had that journalist killed, like in a horrible way. It's just amazing. Like, you can just like if you're a member of the Saudi royal family, you can like definitely take a hit out on someone, and everyone's like, shocker. Everyone's like, oh, say it isn't so. You're telling me he's not a great guy? Wow. Wow. And this is the guy that now has a big stake in a lot of gaming companies. Nothing sacred. Everything sucks. There it is. Forum. It's been fun. Got to return to reality. Catch you next time, Luke. Later, y'all. Have a great week on Forum. Good to see you. Good to see you. You got to be careful giving bad reviews on games going forward or you might get assassinated. You're not wrong. Can you imagine? We found Luke Stevens dead of a self-inflicted series of 15 gunshots to the head. Almost definitely a suicide. And he recently heavily criticized a major game release that was tied to the Saudi Arabian government. But, you know, whatever. Like, yeah, you're not wrong.